Usually, for overheating, it will affect to your computer such as unusual fan sounds, crashing, hanging or blue screen, constantly restarts or shuts down, increasing or sustaining a high temperature on idle state. CPU heat. A study shown that normal CPU temperature should be around 60 degrees Celsius, but the ideal temperature is considered between 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. When the temperature becomes 18 to 90 degrees Celsius, you must be aware of it because it is too hot to your PC. General causes of CPU overheating. It has two conditions. Firstly is internal causes. Basically, the overheating due to internal causes is from the watching movies, playing video games, doing graphical work. Secondly is external causes. It comes from the computer surroundings such as lack of air in the room and lack of air in computer cases. How to fix CPU overheating? We have four methods. Firstly is clean the dust. Secondly is check your cooling system. Thirdly, check your thermal paste. And lastly is stop overclocking. Method 1. Clean the dust. Too much dust might cause the CPU to overheat. You need to open your computer case and wipe the dust in order to cool down your CPU and prevent from overheating again and again. Method 2. Check your cooling system. There is a cooling system built inside to cool down components and let them work normally. When the cooling system is not working properly, the heat will stay inside and cause your CPU overheated. You need to fix airflow cooling system. If the CPU heat sink's performance is poor, it cannot be removed in a timely manner. Then, you must replace it with a more suitable sink. If the fan isn't operating, you should absolutely get a new one. If the air circulation is low, you need to invest in a cooling base to help. Method 3. Check your thermal paste. You must completely shut down your computer, turn off the electricity, remove your PC from its casing, remove any dust from the inside, gently remove the fan, remove the old thermal paste and wipe the CPU, wash your hands, apply a little amount of thermal paste to both sides of the CPU and the fan, replace the fan and close the PC case. The last method is stop overclocking. Overclocking is a technique for increasing the speed of a CPU or GPU. This causes the components to create greater heat. So, if your PC overheats when you are clocking it, you should reduce the overclock and let it cool down. How to prevent overheating? Method 1. Set a reasonable power option. Method 2. Leave enough space between desktop and your laptop. And method 3. Clean the dust regularly. Method 1. You need to setting a timer to switch off the display. Hard drive and system weights can help you conserve power and heat. Method 2. Allowing enough space allows hot air to escape from your PC. Raising your computer allows more fresh air to enter. Method 3. It is advised that you clean it on a regular basis. You may clean the fan by removing it. The dust on the graphics cards and RAM should be carefully wiped. They may be cleaned using a brush. How to check CPU temperature? We're using the system BIOS to restart your computer. When the Windows icon appears, click the delete key to enter BIOS mode. When you access the system BIOS, look for the BIOS menu, where you should be able to discover a menu that deals with computer hardware, monitors, and CPU temperature. You must use a third-party CPU temperature monitor for this. The system hardware monitoring tools are free and simple to use. The best CPU temperature monitor software for Windows 10. You can use all these apps.
The easiest and most basic way to check the temperature of your CPU is through your motherboard's BIOS. To access the BIOS, all you need to do is turn on or restart your computer and start pressing the delete key during the boot up sequence until it pops up. Simple, right? Not every BIOS will look the same, especially with gaming motherboards, but they're all fairly simple to navigate. Just go over the different tabs until you see the CPU settings, and you'll see the temperature there. And don't let the BIOS intimidate you if you've never used it. It will always display a prompt asking you whether you wish to save any changes, so you don't need to worry about accidentally changing something that you shouldn't. Of course, the downside to using BIOS to check the CPU temperature is that you need to restart your computer every time you want to do it.
As a conclusion, any PC can benefit from the simple steps outlined above to reduce computer temperature. Unless the heat produced by the CPU is excessive, CPU overheating is not a concern. To avoid PC overheating, keep the optimal PC temperature within the PC between 45 to 50 degrees Celsius at all times. To cool down the computer, there are several computer overheating solutions such as ensuring proper ventilation, removing computer cases, and cleaning computers on a regular basis. That's all. Thank you.